Hi, everyone, and welcome to another round of the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. I am JB, and this is indeed a special one after a rockin' weekend. Mike Piazza, the new Hall of Fame catcher, joins us in the cage. Mike, how you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing well, thank you.
A very busy and hectic weekend for you, for sure. Folks, you know how this works. Don't let me do all the work. Get your laptop or your phone or your whatever you got with you fired up. And Mike, there's a ton of questions going on. The MLB Fans app is a great way to get involved with the show, guys. So let's take a look at Waka Flocka, which is a great name. Wants to know, hey Mike, pretty simply, would you consider this weekend to be one of your best weekends?
Oh, without a doubt. There's no question that the special part of it was to share it, obviously with my family and be on that stage with the amazing class of Hall of Famers behind me. And you can't describe it. I mean, I still haven't come down. It's just a great fraternity to be in. And, again, they just do such an amazing job here. And it's going to be nice to come back now as a guest next year and, just really enjoy this club. It's been an amazing weekend.
Certainly one of the elite fraternities and well-earned from Mike Piazza as he joins the Hall of Fame there in Cooperstown. This is the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. That is Mike Piazza. I am JB. Fire up the MLB Fans app or your device like this fan. What's your name, where you're from? What's your question for Mike?
Hi, I'm Joseph from Merrick, New York, and my question is, what was your favorite part about playing in New York?
Well, that's a good question, Joseph. I think the best part for me was the intensity of the fans. I feel they brought the best out of me. As a player, it's not the easiest place to play because, the pressure is high and there's a lot of expectations, especially in my personal case. But I felt like the challenge is what made me excel. And the fact that I've always been embraced by the Mets fans and so blessed to go in the Hall of Fame as a New York Met is something that I feel very fortunate and a small way for me to give back appreciation for the fans of New York that I think brought the best out of me.
There you have it. Thoughts from Mike Piazza, 31, on what it was like to play in New York. Certainly one of those great challenges. I can speak as a New York fan of the Mets in that era. Mike, the fans were thrilled to have you, man, without a doubt. And it's thrilling to know you went in
Thank you.
with that Mets cap on. This is the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. We continue as we go back. Now we're going to go back further, Mike. We know where the career ended. Let's go to this one from Boston Poppy. What was your favorite childhood team?
As far as being a fan?
Yeah.
As far as a fan, I grew up in Philadelphia, and my father had season tickets to the Phillies at Veterans Stadium. So, I really love those teams of the 70s. The Phillies had some really good teams. And, I mentioned, obviously, Mike Schmidt yesterday in my speech. He was a big inspiration to me, and I'm very honored to be in the hall with him. The coolest thing is I just got a text from him. He wants to play golf as soon as we get back to Florida. So those are the little things that, make this club so special. I'm going to get to golf with my boyhood idol. So, he was great. And, the whole class is great. So, that's a special thing.
It is, and so many great stories in baseball end up on the golf course. It's hard to believe, but it seems to go hand in hand pretty well.
Sure.
This is
No
the Edward
question.
Jones Chatting Cage. Another fan joins us. What's your name, where you're from, what's your question for Mike?
Hi, my name is Josh, and I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. I'd like to ask Mike Piazza what his most memorable game was.
Josh, that's a good question. I have been blessed to have so many great games, both as an offensive contributor and a defensive contributor. I caught a couple of no-hitters as a catcher. Those things make me very proud to know that I got my pitcher through a game. It's really hard to really put down as far as a favorite game. The memorable games are your first game in the big leagues and your last game in the big leagues, and obviously the game in September 21st, 2001, it was huge. But again, it's so tough to pin down to one. I've had so many great memories and great teammates, and so it's probably a couple of dozen that I in the respective time can't run through them all right now.
There are some amazing highlights, though, that I'm sure anybody can track down for Mike Piazza's career in many jerseys, but primarily here in New York, especially. We know the Dodgers had a memory or two. This is the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. Another fan is with us.
Sure.
What's your name? Where are you from? What is your question for Mr. Piazza?
Hi, I'm Rachel, and I'm from Lakewood, California. And I was wondering, Mike, have you ever thought of getting back into the game as far as maybe a different role, maybe front office, coaching, or even managing? And congratulations, by the way. Well deserved.
Thank you. Thank you, Rachel. Personally right now, to be honest with you, I just don't have the bandwidth. I come from an entrepreneurial family, and business-wise, I work with them a lot. I have 3 small children. I started my family late in my career, and I love being home with them, even though sometimes it drives my wife crazy. And I just purchased a majority stake in an Italian soccer team in the 3rd division called AC Reggiana 1919, and I love Italy, and I'm excited for this soccer project. So I'm interested in getting into sports, obviously on the ownership side. I'll always love the game, and I never say never, and maybe in a different time, I can get back into the game. I'll always love the game, but I'm actually looking forward to other ventures.
A lot of exciting adventures there for Mike Piazza as he gets involved in the Italian soccer clubs. Very exciting there. That should be a lot of fun. A great sport, too, as well.
A lot of work, too.
A lot of work. That's right. As Mike plays that.
No, it's true.
We go back to the MLB Fans app as fans get their devices fired up. Don't give up. Join us here in the show. Aiden1 wants to know, we're going back to the beginning of it now. We're at the Hall of Fame end of it. Mike, what was going through your head when you got drafted in the 62nd round? Were you happy? Not really. What was the overwhelming feeling?
Well, I was just grateful for the experience, for the opportunity to possibly get into professional baseball, and the contrast, as I pointed out, between Junior and myself is obviously different, but that just shows how unique this game is. There's a lot of opportunities. All you need is a chance, and I was fortunate to have great coaches, as I mentioned in my speech, that I feel helped me along the way. So how did I feel? I was grateful, for the opportunity, because as a kid, and I'm sure many kids out there that are playing now have this dream to play Major League Baseball, and I can honestly tell you that dream big and work hard. I mean, look at my case. It was it's a testament of working hard and having a lot of people help me along the way. So, don't ever stop dreaming, and if you have a dream to play Major League Baseball, you got to be willing to pay the price and put the work in. And I wish all you guys the best.
Dream big and work hard. That is the statement of the day. We love that from Cooperstown, Mike Piazza. It's now time for the ED Day question of the day. We touched on this a little bit. I'm going to expand it out so maybe we can get a specific answer from you. What is your all-time best baseball moment? And I'll go back to when you were a kid through even now. For you personally, in the sport, what's your best moment?
Well, best moment, that's a good question. I mean, I was fortunate to play in one World Series. Obviously, we didn't win it, and it was frustrating. But to celebrate the National League pennant with a team that, for all intents and purposes, was not expected to win the National League championship was something very special. That was one of the moments that really we came together as a team. We had a lot of different guys contributing. And it was just fun to win. We had some great characters and, not so heralded guys like Lenny Harris and Pat Mahomes, and we just laughed. We laughed on the road, and we had a good time, and it was one of my most memorable seasons as far as being part of a team. So that's probably, for me, something that I really hold dear to my heart.
Back to the MLB Fans app. And these questions have been kind of sort of a group of questions, so I'm going to take them under, let's see, we'll go under You Bets Believe It 07 Cham. If you could have only heavy metal, Mike, or medieval Italian history, which would you select?
It's a good question. Man, that's a wide
Right.
dispersion of options there. Medieval Italian history is very. I've been more into history the last 3 or 4 years. I hope you can tell by my speech that I've enjoyed reading and writing a lot. I love the history and traditions of the game, and obviously now spending a lot of time in Italy and being there for the team, I've learned a lot. So look, I love heavy metal, always will. It's always in my on my phone when I'm traveling. But right now I am enjoying a little bit more of the historical part of because I never had a chance to do all this when I played. So now that I'm retired, I'm enjoying all these different things that you have a lot more time for.
Well, that's a great question from the fan there, getting inside the new ownership of the AC. What's the team's name again? We'll keep our eye out for that one.
The team is called AC, which means Associazione de Calcio, which calcio means football, Reggiana, and 1919, which is the year it was formed. The team name is actually called just Reggiana, and it's in a town called Reggio nell'Emilia. It's about an hour south of Milan, between Parma and Modena. With Modena, obviously, is where they have balsamic vinegar and they make Ferraris. So it's a great team. And I appreciate all the fans, to follow the team on Facebook, and hopefully we move up eventually to Serie A. Until that time, you have a lot of work, but I'm a huge fan of calcio, and I watch the European Championships, and as I said, to be an owner now is something very exciting. And I've talked to Major League Baseball, maybe in the future do some synergy stuff to help grow the game in baseball, that is, in Italy, and try to use calcio as a venue to help do that. So it's going to be a little bit of a process, but it's a lot of fun.
Outstanding. That sounds like a great new chapter for you. I want to thank you so much for taking time. Did you have a good time talking to the fans today? I hope so.
Thank you. Great time. And thanks to all the fans. Really appreciate all the support.
Big congratulations to you on this weekend. Everything well deserved. I know the fans are fired up for you. I know you have a lot to do today, so we thank Hall of Fame catcher Mike Piazza.
All right.
And as always, fans, I thank you. We'll see you on the next round of the Edward Jones Chatting Cage.